Good day and welcome to a brand new flight review. I'm here once again at Adelaide Airport and today we're heading to Melbourne. As usual, I'm flying on Qantas. The check-in counter is very empty at this time of the day. Security was nice and smooth, and I was in airside pretty quickly. It's a good time for me to talk about our trip today as I head to the gate. As you might have seen from the thumbnail, I'll be taking a hidden Qantas flight. You see, a normal Qantas flight from Adelaide to Melbourne would be operated by a 737, but my flight today is surprisingly operated by a small turboprop. And this is the aircraft taking me to Melbourne. It's a 21-year-old Bombardier Q300, named after the Tasmanian city of Launceston. My flight was delayed by 20 minutes, so let's spot some aircrafts in the meantime. Here's the Qatar Airways 777, also heading to Melbourne. Now it's time for boarding. All turboprop flights are boarded from the apron, which forbids filming, so I do apologize in advance for the lack of footage walking to the aircraft. And welcome on board the Q300. The cabin features 50 all-economy class seats in a 2-2 layout. I'm sat on seat 4D today, which has this amazing view of the Pratt & Whitney engines. Our flight today takes us on a southeast heading out of Adelaide, crossing regional South Australia and into Victoria. We then made our descent into Melbourne near the town of Ballarat and made an approach into runway 34 over the city of Melbourne. Flight time 1 hour and 27 minutes, cruising at 25,000 feet. Water were handed out shortly after takeoff. We were then given a cheese sandwich and a drink of our choice. I opted for ginger beer. We were also offered tea or coffee. Now let's take a look at the seat features. In front of the seat there's a tablet holder, an unfoldable tray table, and a seat pocket containing the safety card, in-flight magazine, and air sickness bag. The legroom was surprisingly generous. And above the seats there's the standard reading lights and air conditioning. Let's have a look at the in-flight magazine. It's always interesting to look at an airline's flight network. Qantas currently serves 65 destinations across Australia and 57 internationally. Before we land, let's take a look at the Q300's toilet. It was very small and I had barely any space to move around, and I'm not exactly a big person. Nevertheless, it was kept clean and I liked the Qantas branded soap. As we made our descent into Melbourne, the crew handed out some chocolates, which I thought was a lovely touch. Let's sum up the flight experience today. First, I must say that I really enjoyed flying on the Q300. There aren't many airlines that still fly this type of aircraft, and I feel lucky to have flown on one. Whilst it is uncertain why Qantas operates the Q300 between Adelaide and Melbourne, I believe it was for the purpose of repositioning the aircraft, and Qantas would try to sell as much tickets to cover the airport fees. Just a reminder that this flight is only available on several days a week. Back to the flight experience. I couldn't fault anything wrong on this flight apart from the small delay. I've always found the catering to be underwhelming on Qantas domestic flights, but today we were offered quite a generous amount of food and drinks. Then there were the crew, who were exceptional. Qantas flight attendants have always been amazing and today was no exception. One of them was also kind enough to allow me a cockpit visit after landing, which you'll see later in the video. I would highly encourage any aviation enthusiast to take this flight to experience the Q300. I'll now stop talking and let you enjoy the landing into Melbourne. And welcome to Melbourne's Tullamarine Airport. If you ever enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe and comment. Don't forget to stay for the cockpit footage. That's all from me, see you again in the next video.
like to be going on an international flight, please make your way to the upper level of the international terminal for your departure.